be fair, I think that's the kind of play you expect off as well. You know, first touch here, impeccable first touch here. Drives, and then he straightens Jimenez up and just flicks it inside, that little bit of Brazilian flair, and gets himself a penalty.
It's a brilliant skill, Jamie.
Brilliant, because what it is the lift. And because most defenders will put their foot out and leave it on the floor, and you just see it with his right foot there. He just lifts it over his foot there, then Jimenez can't react, and then it's just pure panic. Like, it's hard to say, why are you holding him? You just got to let him go. He's done you. You've got your centre-back's going to come across and give you a little bit of help, but sometimes that's just a panic. He's been outskilled, and that's what happens sometimes. 100% a penalty, and then the man you want to take it, Andy?
He's the guy when it comes to penalties, you know. Like you saying, I don't know how he does it. Stops and then watches the goalkeeper moving and strokes it home. It's
the Ivan Toney technique.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, so that was, the guys think, no doubt about that penalty. And then there was a penalty appeal just before Bournemouth equalised. So Manchester United thought they should have had another penalty here when Amad goes through. Jamie, what's your verdict on this?
I think it would have been really harsh. I think that you can see Truffert is being aggressive with him. He does manhandle him a bit, but I just don't think it's enough for it to be a penalty. Then Bournemouth break. Now you can probably, in the VAR room, you can see the referee, they're thinking, is it a penalty, is it not? Let's hope this doesn't end up in a goal. Bournemouth work it really, really well. You see, I think Casemiro here goes out too far. He leaves Christie in a good position, lets it run across his body, good touch, and that is a sublime finish. It's so good. You loved this, Andy, didn't you?
Oh, it's to finish that, I look and say to myself, that's the kind of thing I want to do, you know, stroke it in the corner. And then you look at his people turn and say, well, there's no power in it. He doesn't need any power because he knows what he's doing, knows what he wants. Just guides it in the bottom corner.
Just steers it in for his first home goal for almost
Beautiful.
2 years. Here's another look at Amad. Andy, what's your take on this?
I was saying, in today's game, for me, it's a penalty. Yeah. When we were playing, no chance, absolute no chance.
Why do you think it is a penalty?
Because physical, it's very physical in today's game. You know, and we're going to see the other penalty in a minute, and where Harry Maguire gets sent off. You turn and say to yourself, well, if I'm in that position, I'm not going down anyway. So for me, that's not a penalty, but it is what it is.
We will have another look at this in just a moment in context with the one that went Bournemouth's way, but Bournemouth having got themselves back in the game, that parity only lasted for 4 minutes because you were sort of worried about them from set pieces, Jamie.
Well, they're not necessarily a big side. That's the problem. You've got your two centre-backs, Senesi and Hill. Hill can head the ball, but if you can almost take him out of the equation, it's difficult. And in that instance, Senesi, number 5, he gets a great leap. He gets his first touch, and you can see Hill, it just unfortunately hits him on the side of the face. Manchester United at that point to bring on Sesko as well, so they've got a lot of height, and that becomes the panic. I mean, they leave Rayan, who looks 6'3" at least. He's one of the players that doesn't get into the box. So you've got to really defend well from corners. They have done. They haven't really been exploited that often, but obviously that was a big moment in the game. And then Bournemouth get this moment. Tavernier, brilliant. Lends it to Ivan Nilsson. Nice little bit of movement. Krupi then comes into the space, plays it. Ivan Nilsson takes a great first touch across Harry Maguire, and Harry just gets his arm out. And I know what everyone else is saying, well, what's the difference? I think the difference is he's going in goal. He's denied a goal-scoring opportunity. It obviously means it's going to be a red card. And Harry's just, because of his momentum, has just put his arm out. It's extremely harsh, but I could see why he's given that one.
Andy, come in on this?
Very harsh. First and foremost, the interplay between the two boys up front. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Once he gets himself in there, I'm saying to myself here, I've not got no time to go down.
Because it's a really good touch. He's in on goal.
It's a great touch. So I'm thinking, I'm not going down. I'm going to finish myself. But, like I said, today's game, you go down, you've got a great opportunity of getting a penalty, and unfortunately for Manchester United, Harry Maguire gets sent off as well.
So let's have a...
I mean, it is hard. I mean, the more you watch it, it's so... And what's the amazing...
What's the difference between the two?
That's the thing. That's the thing. And I think normally, because he's not given
Here's the Amad
that
one again, Jamie.
Because he's not given this one, I think it's probably human nature to not give the other one.
Yeah,
but he's decided not to. Look, I just think that's really hard. There's
the same thing.
Amad's just too weak. He goes down.
But you say that. Evan Nelson was weak as well.
But is Amad through on goal?
Look,
and Evan Nielsen is through on goal.
The difference,
is that the difference?
It's exactly the same thing. They're both gone down weakly. Yeah, the referees decided to give one and not the other. But we're asking the question, what is the difference? Because for me, there is no difference.
Let's have a look at the actual penalty, though, because
brilliant.
He looked nervous, didn't he, in the actual
he looked
those moments
in a net like that. He obviously wasn't. This is brilliant. Look at his technique. I mean, Andy, you as a forward, that's brilliant, isn't it? You like him as well, don't you?
That is top draw for a young man. You know, what's he, 18?
19 years old, and that's his 9th goal of the season, the highest scoring teenager in the Premier League.
Even before that...
Just come on as well, didn't he?
Just come on. I like what... Once the penalty had been given, he's a young man, even Ilson's on the pitch, he ran over to Lemons and just nicked the ball off him. He said, I'm taking this. I think that shows you and tells you everything about him. 19 years of age, another one. Recruitment at Bournemouth is so good.
Yeah.
And he's a sensational young player.
Really nervous, as you could see there. Let's hear from Bruno Fernandes now. He's with David Craig. Because they'll feel like this is 2 points dropped from the positions they got themselves in. And Bruno made the point as well that those were the same incidents, and if one's a penalty, then the other one should be a penalty as well. Andy thought the foul on Amad was a penalty, albeit perhaps soft. Jamie, can you explain why you think this was not given and not overturned as well by VAR?
I just think because if you look at where Truffert is and you can see Senesi number 5, he's coming back, there's 2 players round him there. I just think one's not denying a definite goal-scoring opportunity. I think he just could be a little bit stronger. He's going over a little bit too easily. And as I say, there's bodies round there. Now, if he had given it, would we have gone, oh, that's the worst penalty decision ever? No, it's not. I just don't personally think it is. And then you roll it onto this one, and I just feel because Even Ilson is going into the goal-scoring area to score, or probably score, and I just think that it's still weak, but I think that's maybe the slightest difference on the 2 of them.
It's an opportunity to score, isn't it? And then the referee, Stuart Atwell, has got to make a couple of decisions with regard to Harry Maguire. Has he made a deliberate attempt to play the ball? Has he denied a goal-scoring opportunity? And if he thinks that he hasn't, he's done the first and he hasn't done the second, then it's a red card, isn't it, Andy?
Well, yeah. Obviously, that's why he's made a decision, to send him off, because he's believed he's done just that. But when you talk about going down easily, he's gone down really easily there. And as a manager, of course, you're going to be disappointed. Bruno's disappointed in that as well, because you're looking at both of them, you turn and say to yourself, so break it down. What is the difference? Because they've both gone down easily, but what is the difference? Yeah, I get the sending off one, I get that, but if we're talking about the penalty itself, why is one given and one's not?
The other thing that Andy makes a great point with is why even are you wanting to go down there? You are going through to see the whites of the goalkeeper's eyes. It's a mate. You would never have tried to do that. You'd have just thought, I'm going to go through. This is obviously not the one, but this is, that's the bit that amazes me. But I just think they're both incredibly soft.
What about the decision from VAR actually to stay out of both? What do you think about that? Because essentially we're saying that the referee is the one who's making the decisions, the arbiter, which is, I think, where we probably all wanted to get to in football, that VAR was a little bit too heavy.
Mostly because they didn't want to make that call.
Oh, can you imagine the panic in the room with the first one when he's got the ball just thinking, please don't score, please don't score.
Exactly.
Harry's been caught all ends up as well. Brilliant play by Bournemouth. Andy said it himself.
I love that.
That's great interchange.
He's been caught by the pace and the touch.
Pace, the touch, everything, and you can just see it there. And then all of a sudden, this panic. He puts his left arm out, right arm out. But it's not a great deal. But I guess when he's going at that pace, going through clean on goal, I feel like the more that you see it, you think it is a penalty. The more that you see it, you think it's not a penalty. Yes. The other thing, Anne, is that the referee, I think he probably sees him going down, thinking, well, why is he going down if he's going through clean on goal? That's the other bit.
It's like, in my head, I'm saying to myself, well, OK, you try to put me out my stride. I get it, but I ain't got no time for that. I'm going to finish it off myself. But like I was saying off air, it's so easy to go down now and get a penalty because guaranteed 9 times out of 10, you're going to get one. So why stay on your feet?
Yeah, and we can get the verdict from the Manchester United boss now, Michael Carrick, with David Craig.
Michael, first of all, can we ask you for your reflections on that 90-plus minutes tonight from your perspective?
Yeah, a lot happened in the end. I thought we had good chances, really, good opportunities, some good chances, some really good opportunities that probably didn't lead to the chance, but I thought we had enough to be ahead and a little bit more comfortable in the game. We found the goal. Should have had another penalty. If you get one, you must get the other. It's pretty much identical for me, 2-hand grab, and so he's either way he's got one wrong. But to give one and not give the others, I just can't get my head around it. I think it's crazy. And then obviously because of that, it goes the other end. They score, and then it's chaos after that, really. So disappointed with not winning the game after being up. But under the circumstances, with 10 men for what ended up being some sort of added time, which we haven't seen for a while, decided to bring that one back. we managed that really well again, and we're really comfortable in managing that in the way we did it. So I was really pleased with the way the boys finished the game, and easy to let that game slip away. And they kept their heads really well and took the point, which in the end we'll take the point and we'll move on. But just the decision for the penalty, I just can't understand how you can be so one and the other and give one and not. It's mental.
Now, the last thing we want you to do is get you into trouble with the authorities, but obviously that was two huge talking points. The one with Amad and then the one with Harry. How much of a similarity between both did you see from your perspective?
Where do you start, really? Listen, maybe he's past Harry, so maybe that's the decision, right? And he gives that, but I haven't really actually got too much of a problem. I haven't seen it back, to be totally truthful, but I think if he's past him and he's in on goal, then I can understand that decision. So I'm not going, we deserve everything, but it shouldn't have happened, because we should have had another penalty and the game would have been different and totally different, and then it ended up chaos after that, kind of chasing decisions, really. So it is what it is.
How big are those moments at the highest level when things don't go your way?
Massive, absolutely massive. That's what VAR was for, to clean it up and make consistency. And if surely whatever they think, if one's already been given, there's enough people to decide that the other one should be the same as the first either way, and it's two different decisions. So yeah, it's a bit baffling, really.
What it does mean, though, is it's still just the one defeat in 10 games since you took over. Whatever happens this weekend, you go into that international break in third. Do you sense that the momentum is very much with you to achieve what you're trying to achieve this year, is ensuring Champions League football for this club?
We're in a good place, we're in a decent place. We know it's for now. Of course, we need to take the breather, and some lads, obviously a lot of the boys going away, and come back strong, and we got a big finish to the season. We've put ourselves in this position through some good work, some good results, and some good performances, and we could have had more tonight. In the end, it went against us, but we still took the point. It's not the end of the world by any stretch, and we'll come back stronger after the break.
We touched on it pre-game, but a lot of people are speaking about it, a rejuvenated Manchester United, a Manchester United that's playing in the style and producing the results that people expect. Has it even superseded your expectations coming into what was a difficult position, Michael?
No, I think we came in and I came to work with the boys and trying to make the best of it, and trying to keep improving and work with them and develop the team, develop the players, and work with the staff. And I think we've made some improvements. There's things we can improve on, and we can get a lot better. Still a short period of time relative, and we've made a lot of steps. So I'm happy the way things have gone, but we're not satisfied. We definitely want more.
Mike, appreciate your time.
Thanks.
So when you look at this, Andy, a point gained or two dropped?
From the positions Manchester United found themselves in, two dropped. But, going away with a point is better than going away with nothing.
It just gives everyone else that little flicker of hope again, doesn't it?
Yeah, but this isn't the title race. When you look at Arsenal and Man City, they're going pound, they're going head on, and Man City just faltered a little bit of late. But when you look at the other sides, Chelsea are dropping points, Liverpool are dropping points to Tottenham Hotspurs last week. Aston Villa have gone on a bit of a bad run. So it might end up not being a bad point, but it just all depends. It can flip very quickly. If the other teams win, if Chelsea go to Everton this weekend, get 3 points, all of a sudden they're straight back into it again. So I think up until the end of the season, there's going to be a lot of twists and turns in that top four. It looks like 5 race. So time will tell. But I always just feel, not just because I watched so much of Bournemouth, anytime you get anything against them, it's not the worst result. We've seen Liverpool go there and get chinned last minute.
Well,
they are such an excellent
11.
side. They're unbelievable. They're so fit, strong, the way they get after teams, great energy, good interchange, as Andy said. They're so hard to play against. So you've always sort of just got to take what you can when you go there. They've been excellent in both games against them this season.
And lose very few games at home as well. I suppose, we talk about Michael Carrick, and obviously the conversation continues.